What's up, gang? What's up, gang? What's up, gang? If you're new here, welcome to the Spiritual Ghetto. If not, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Grab your water, grab your chapstick. What? Yeah. Um, Come on back and grab your messages. We're gonna do a little celebrity reading today. We're gonna do a little celebrity spotlight. I don't know what I'm gonna call these. I feel like I need to give these a new name since we're doing a lot of rebranding for 2026. Um, Anyways, we're gonna focus this one on Natalie Nunn versus Summer NoneOther. Was it requested? Maybe. Did I hold back on doing it? Maybe. Are we here now? Yes. So let's see what it is. We want to know. Let's get the basis of the situation. We're going to break that down in about 5 cards. Proper planning, the Hierophant, passionate new beginnings, knowing your worth, and from rags to riches. We love a Cinderella story, is what I'm going to say to start this off. All right, let's kick this thing off. Because if you are a follower of the show and of these two people, then this will make sense to you. If you're not a follower of the show, then you're just here being nosy and you got to wait till I break it the fuck down. But hold on, I'm going to get to it. So, what's going on? Whatever song that is, I can't remember the rest of it right now. That could be significant. Basically, everybody's trying to figure out what's going on. Where did things go wrong? Right at the center of this 5 card spread, we have passionate new beginnings. So this is a new venture, obviously, for not just one but 2 people. But let's definitely talk about this is a new venture for Summer. And through this venture, it's only taken her 3 seasons, and not even all 3 seasons, to learn her worth. Right. From rags to riches, y'all gave the wrong bitch some money for sure. It's out here. However, with the Hierophant out here, I'm going to say this is more of like Natalie's energy. Very leader, very traditional, very boss-like in that kind of sense. If this is the boss, they want to be respected like the boss. They want to be treated like a boss. They want all the traditional workings of a boss without the fucking rigmarole, the corporate shigadasha, the corporate foolala. They want all of that without that, right? And this is proper planning. This is proper planning on. It's so funny though, because as I'm reading these as separate energies, these 5 cards kind of talk about both the ladies in the same energy, almost as if they're more similar in fashion. With the Tower popping out here, Gemini energy here, they are more similar in fashion than they let on to be. Have no fear. That's what they love. That's what they love about one another. The High Priestess, and then the Gemini card kind of, again, even though this card says falling in love, this doubles as the Gemini card as well. Because look at this one, you'll see the same little faces up there. There's 2 people who genuinely like each other, actually. I think for business, they like each other for sure. It was good they were a good mix for like this business. It's like, again, one has achieved so much, but also Natalie kind of sees a lot of herself in Summer. This is kind of that, and Summer sees kind of what she wants to be in the ending. Not in the ending, but if you get it in the long run out of Natalie, this is very weird because it's like clear vision. They would rather be. It's clear, like, if there wasn't so much other shit involved, they would probably rather be friends. They would rather continue this work relationship, right? Fear is what's making you question it. They would rather be friends or continue this work relationship than actually do a lot of this foolishness that they're doing. One understands how to make good TV, and one is good TV, if you understand that, right? Not that the other doesn't make, like, again, it's understanding how to make good TV, and somebody is good TV here. They're great for the TV, and they go hand in hand for like the goals that things are trying to accomplish. Again, back to this proper planning. A lot of this is falling down, it seems, though, because this season was planned. It was all orchestrated, right? With the gossip folks, we got the gossip, we got the buzz of the season going, right? With a lot of the online ventures, a lot of the online communication is what got the season going. The shadow card is here. but there's a lot of shit that was done behind the scenes, right? The shadow card indicates there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes, a lot of people doing kind of like backroom dealings and deals and frustrations. There's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes that wasn't talked about that really like led up to a lot of this. And it had a lot to do with the planning and celebrations. How many it kind of had a lot to do with not just planning and celebrations, but the wins and almost like who's responsible for these wins, right? And it's like currently like the snow is currently picked up. So like what we're going to talk about in that instance is how like the snow or ice is a stopping force, freezer spells. You use that to stop something, like stop its momentum, hold it in place. The snow increasing is the as the winds increased, and these are not necessarily Summer's fights. These are her casting in good TV, like making great episodes. This isn't necessarily the fighting. As she's winning in that, there's more restriction going to meet her from that. There's a lot of restriction going to meet her from that. How am I starting? I feel like that phrase is jumbled up. As she continues to win, there's a lot of restriction that's going to meet her, but I don't think she thought it was going to be from. I don't think she thought it was going to be from like I would not necessarily familiar, but like friendly faces, familiar faces, people that was in your face all the time. Good news is coming, like people who smiled in your face with the good when the good news came, and then beginning to realize who you are. Like here she is alone, realizing that like, it's something. It's not necessary. They don't necessarily see the good news and the planning and the celebration. They don't necessarily want to be a part of it's like it feels like somebody because like they couldn't take credit for it and they thought somebody would eventually be the kind of person who took credit for it, right? The kind of personal power, a lion, somebody, a leader. They thought that they saw Summer was becoming too much of a leader and too much of a person to take credit and knowing too much of her worth. Again, it's about somebody knowing how they're causing great moments on TV. And people don't understand, like people think cancel culture is real. A lot of y'all don't have the exact power or exact know how to do cancel culture properly, right? So again, we're back to old Hollywood rules where all publicity is good publicity. And that's what Summer's power is. She has that lioness power of transportation, of turning every fucking moment, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, into a super moment, right? She's like a goddamn supernova, and everybody sees it, but it's nerve wracking, it's unnerving, and this is a lesson she has to learn time and time again. This isn't her first time learning this lesson, right? This says lessons learned. This in single. It's not her first time learning this lesson or feeling like she's alone or ended up being alone, because you have this power of transformation that is always going to make shit work out for you. Always going to make shit work out for you. And this is like, it's almost envied by people around you. It's almost envied. People are almost envious of you, but the way others view you is none of your business. This is Summer on the phone, constantly making deals, constantly getting in connections and networks. You know what it is? It's because of like, regardless of her being a TV villain, there's people who want to work with her. There's people who want, and I hate to use this bitch as a reference right now because we're in such hot water, right? We're in such a hot indifference. Nicki Minaj has the same kind of fucking pop too when it comes to being a villain, right? That no matter how much of a villain she is, there are people who still want to work. There's still her phone still fucking rings even through. I don't know about this. We ain't gonna talk about this shit, but even through the villainy, this is somebody whose phone still rings through the villainy. Again, Natalie Nunn is a very similar fashion. Her phone has always rang through the villainy. So again, this is temperature check. It's not funny, but it's not a temperature check. It is an attempt to keep Summer in Summer's place, but Summer doesn't know a place. The Aquarius, she doesn't know a place. This is it. This is, you see, the only to explain this card, the Aquarius is the water bearer. This is somebody who has the ability to pour, constantly pour, constantly pour. Again, with the ability of transmutation, she has that pouring ability. So that whereas somebody is trying to stop or restrict or cause the snow, the frozen, cause the shit to freeze up, dry up, stop in a moment's notice, that's not who she is. She is a winner. She is a fighter. So, and it's looked upon by people who are very similar in fashion. So they almost know what they're dealing with. So this seems more of like an ego thing to me now. sacrifices, willing to make sacrifices to do this, sacrifices, hope for the future. Because at the end of the day, this is very similar to what they do in the military. They try to break one's spirit in order to rebuild you, right? They have to break your spirit to make you malleable, moldable. They need to break some of Summer in order to make her come back, number one, but also in order to like make her do what they want. And it's a weird way of putting it, because at the same time, I want to pull a couple of cards on this. Have compassion. They have compassion that she followed directions the first time. Her friends didn't, however. And this is why she's like just staring at them like, I love y'all, but I can't fuck with y'all because y'all left me out here on a limb like this. And it wasn't about coming to save anybody. This isn't the savior. This isn't savior network. The strength card is here. It wasn't about the saviorship. Strength. It was about standing on what was said. And it's not about what was said online. There was a meeting. There was a backroom meeting, manifestation power, probably led by Lemmy, in which he is like declaring, like, this is manifestation power. With the proper planning, this is him declaring how the season is going to go. I bet you if you sit down and talk to Summer, Lex, and Dolly, two of them are going to lie, but Lemmy's going to tell, one of them's going to tell you that he had this season dotted out to the T, how everybody was supposed to, these contracts were not just given to the girls willy-nilly. They thought about how much beef and buzz had been generated online and how it should be as everybody stepped into the room, and how each villain had its trope and its helpers. Again, this is why you see Anna clinging so tightly to Desiki's hip, that she wasn't brought in on this, but she was willing to come in on this train of like, I've got to be against the big three, so I need to be on whatever side's going to go against them. You know, Siki's coming back. That's the side you're going to sit on. It was planned. I won't say this man's not a genius, but like he planned this. The manifestation power. This is talking about him speaking out to them listening, and him saying, this is how this is going to go. This is what I'm having in place to do. And once it came time to do this, once the action went ahead, those plans were not followed. Those plans were not followed. Stay focused. Remember why you started. Those plans were not followed. Those plans were not followed. This is a switch up. So again, this is where a lot of people want to blame Summer, but Summer was just doing Summer's job, and then Summer left the job. Leveling up. Now she's attempting to level up somewhere else, who in a place where they can see the value from afar, and like, I would love to have something like that. I would love to have something like that. I'll always give out this reference when we talk about value, right? You can go into Walmart or whatever fucking store you want today and say, Dyson sucks. It's a shitty fucking vacuum. It's so goddamn trash. Who would buy a Dyson, bitch? And by the time you walk to the front door, Dyson hasn't changed a single price. The vacuum's still $2.99. Someone else sees that vacuum's still $2.99, they're going to go get it. They need that vacuum. Only Dyson can do. Only Dyson can clean their house like a Dyson clean their house. Now, Dyson, if you use this, you want to use this. Y'all know how to reach me. Hello? Some of you too, girl. You get your little Dyson deal. You know where to reach me. Anyhow, this is a lot of like similarities. Again, is what's here, and frustration from this is. It's like you didn't follow through on business, but also business was being done bad. I feel like business was being done bad. Libra, the scales, they just wanted fairness across the board. Business wasn't being done right. There was too much crying over the wind. No matter how the winds looked for the group. But I'm hearing that reference where Candy go to Latasha Scott, and she goes, "You thought Gladys came to you with we was fucking pimps." Like it kind of, I think that the other girls felt like they were the pips and like you were Gladys. And I know you may not get that reference, but Gladys left the pips. She was part of it, but then she left it and became Gladys Knight. You know, it's the age-old reference. Beyonce. But I wasn't going to use the Beyonce reference because that's very publicly known already. But yeah, it's very much, bitch. It's feeling like, but those two groups, even Gladys Knight and the Pips and Escape, are very much prime examples of what happens. They, like Latasha Scott, left the group because she thought she was bigger than the program and was going to have a nice, illustrious solo career, which has yet to happen. Someone didn't think she was bigger than the program. Mental forces, these were people's own egos. Mental forces talks about your own ego, your own fears. These were your their own subconscious fears, illusions. You know why? Because those are the kind of people they were. Emotion, crabs in the bucket, a fucking crabs in the bucket mentality. They don't care if we're all winning, bitch. If I can't win more than these bitches are winning, so sad, so sad, and I so sad. What will come of this? Let's clean this spread up. We're gonna get some tarot in here, to see what will become of, because essentially, like, Natalie's gonna want Summer back, but there's Summer's out there getting money right now. So Natalie's gonna want her back. The sun almost came through too, but it's still snowing out. Let's see. Let's get some tarot out here. Get some tarot out here. Let's get some tarot out here. What will come of this? Let's see. Does Natalie want Summer to come back to the Zeus network? King of Swords. This would be the smart play. Natalie's a pretty smart woman. This would be the smart play. King of Swords gives me butt energy. Ace of Wands. King of Swords plus the Ace of Wands is like passionate. Like, I really would like her back. Actually, she really would like her back. I told you they see more in each other. She sees more in her than opposite, like a bitch she can't work with, a bitch she just doesn't like. This is different. She would like her back because she does pull good money and good views, right? Eight of Cups, Queen of Swords. Ooh, I told you they mirror one another. They are like the perfect pair. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. They are the perfect pair. Eight of Cups is walking away because she's like clear on her vision. Like, I don't feel like I'm being treated fairly. She's clear on that. With the Queen of Swords coming up here, Summer does not feel like she's being treated fairly at all. At the fuck all. At the fuck all. Would Natalie like her back? Yes. She's a moneymaker for sure. She is a moneymaker for sure. And actually, her leaving is going to cause quite a bit of a destruction. It's already caused quite a bit of a delay, but it's going to cause quite a bit of a destruction. You see how that crown falls? That's unfortunate, but it seems that the crown of baddies will fall. It's unfortunate. I don't think people are going to keep up after as much hate as Summer gets online. I don't think people are going to keep up without a Summer. Six of Cups. This talks about happier memories, but from the past. In the beginning, they're gonna talk about how this was better in the past. Even if you get another 2 seasons out of Strength in reverse, I don't know if we'll even get another 2 seasons out of it. But they're gonna. The Crown of Baddies will fall. Crown of Baddies is gonna fall. What does this mean for Natalie Nunn? Eight of Swords, King of Wands, Four of Wands. The Eight of Swords talks about bondage, right? Being stuck to something, binded to something. The King of Wands with the Four of Wands, she is forever binded to the baddies empire. This is the baddies empire, the Four of Wands. I don't know if she has 4 shows. I guess if we go Bad Girls, Baddies, Bad Girls Gone Wild, and Bad Boys, that may be her 4. She will always she's kind of binded to that crown, but the crown of baddies, I feel like it's gonna shift to a different show. 7 of Pentacles in reverse, the Empress and the Lovers in reverse. It may go to Baddies Gone Wild. Fresher Girls. The Chariot, it'll go to Baddies Gone Wild. The Crown will go to Baddies Gone Wild, but the original Baddies is going to lose it. Baddies Gone Wild with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, something with a shorter investment time, something newer. With the Lovers in reverse, this is almost part, I guess it would technically be part of the same franchise with the Lovers card, but in reverse, it's like disaligned. So yeah, I guess that would be the Empress Gone Wild, if you will. The Empress and the Lovers in reverse, that would be your Empress Gone Wild. With the Chariot, that literally reads as that Baddies Gone Wild to be the next crown, but the Baddies crown will fall. How does Zeus feel about Summers leaving? Ace of Swords. They are clear on why she cut ties. They are absolutely clear on why she cut ties. The Ace of Swords, the truth. Unfortunately, there's going to be more truth that comes out. The King of Cups. This will probably be the truth about Lemmy, the truth she believes she heard. There'll be more about how he runs this organization that'll come out. Ace of Swords gives me lawsuit energy though. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse. Ugh. There may be some legal back and forth, but there's definitely going to be some. They're definitely going to talk about how he runs his empire, how he runs the Zeus empire. It's gonna come forth. The Ten of Swords is kind of maybe an ending to this journey. This as again, this could be talking about the ending to the Baddies journey, and like Zeus having to kind of step into that, not necessarily rebrand, but like move. Queen of Cups in reverse, Eight of Wands in reverse, Eight of Pentacles. They're kind of it says they're gonna nail, like this kind of feels like nailing down instead of rebranding. They're just gonna nail down on what they've got. I feel like they got a I feel like it's like a working system is what they're saying. It's like if the clock is working, though, like clock ain't broke, don't fix it kind of energy. Four of Cups. Ignoring the chance to rebrand and keeping it exactly what it is, ignoring the chance for this newness, right? That's lame. Let's get a couple of cards out of here for summer. I feel like we should do a summer NoneOther reading at a different one because this one's already 22 minutes. So we're going to do a summer NoneOther reading separate from this. All right. In the meantime, in between time, it is all love in the hood. I appreciate y'all for being here. Yeah. Peace.